some celebrity careers become overshadowed by scandal, and for Robert Wagner, it all revolves around one tragic event: the drowning of Natalie Wood. While many recall Wagner as the charming lead from the TV series Heart to Heart, he is often remembered more for the chilling circumstances that surrounded his wife's death. Reports suggest that he was aboard their yacht, drinking, and seemingly oblivious while Wood struggled in the water. Now, at the age of 94, Wagner is finally speaking out about the incident, addressing long-held suspicions and theories that have circulated for decades. This revelation invites a closer look at the murky details of his life, raising questions about the truth behind that fateful night. As we delve deeper into the events surrounding Wood's tragic passing, we uncover a web of inconsistencies and unanswered questions that have led many to speculate about Wagner's involvement. The story is filled with unsettling twists that could change how we view the star who has lived much of his life in the shadow of this dark chapter. Robert Wagner's journey to Hollywood stardom began in humble surroundings. Born in 1930, he grew up in Detroit, Michigan, where his parents held ordinary jobs. His mother worked as a phone operator, and his father was a traveling salesman. Although his upbringing may not have been glamorous, it laid the foundation for his future success in the entertainment industry. Wagner's early life was marked by the values of hard work and determination, which he carried with him throughout his career. Growing up in a modest household, he developed a strong sense of ambition and a desire to achieve more than what his circumstances offered. This drive led him to pursue acting, and he eventually found his way to Hollywood. Despite the challenges he faced, Wagner's talent and charisma shone through, allowing him to break into the film industry. His early experiences shaped him into the actor he would become, influencing his roles and the way he approached his craft. As a teenager, Wagner's aspirations took a leap when he did a screen test for acclaimed director and producer Fred Zinnemann. This moment was significant, even though it did not bring immediate praise or success. The experience ignited a fire within Wagner, fueling his passion for acting and motivating him to pursue his dreams more vigorously. He realized that he needed to take control of his future in the entertainment industry. With determination, he sought out an agent who could help him navigate the complex world of Hollywood. His hard work and perseverance eventually paid off when he secured a contract with 20th Century Fox Studios. This contract marked the beginning of his professional acting career, allowing him to step into the limelight and showcase his talents. Wagner's journey is a testament to the power of ambition and resilience in the pursuit of one's dreams. His time at the studio brought him more than just professional opportunities. It also introduced him to a young Natalie Wood. At that time, Wood was already an established actress, known for her talent and charm. Their first encounter left a lasting impression on both of them. Captivated by Wagner's presence, Wood famously declared to her mother that she would one day marry him. This innocent proclamation came from a place of youthful hope and admiration. Little did she know that her prediction would indeed come true, not once but twice in her lifetime. Their relationship blossomed amidst the backdrop of Hollywood's glitz and glamour. Wagner and Wood shared a deep connection that transcended their careers. They married first in 1957, a union that captured the hearts of fans and the media alike. Although their first marriage ended in divorce in 1962, their bond remained strong. The two would eventually reunite, leading to a second marriage in 1972. This second chance at love showcased the enduring nature of their feelings for one another, even in the face of life's challenges. Their story reflects the complexities of love in the often tumultuous world of Hollywood, where personal and professional lives intertwine in unexpected ways. Wagner's relationship with Wood is remembered as one of the most poignant love stories in the industry, marked by passion, heartache, and a deep connection that defined their lives. The legacy of their love continues to resonate, reminding us of the powerful ties that can form in the most unexpected circumstances. After his initial successes in Hollywood, Robert Wagner's career took an intriguing turn with his role in the 1953 film Titanic alongside legendary actress Barbara Stanwyck. The film was a significant milestone for Wagner, as it allowed him to showcase his talents on a larger stage. However, behind the scenes, Wagner harbored a secret romance with Stanwyck, who was significantly older than him by 23 years. This relationship added a layer of complexity to Wagner's career. Despite their connection and the chemistry they shared on screen, the studios were hesitant to promote Wagner as a leading man due to this unconventional pairing. They opted instead to cast him alongside younger co-stars, which shaped the trajectory of his career in the years that followed. This decision reflected the industry's often rigid standards regarding age and romance in Hollywood. Wagner's experiences during this time highlight the challenges faced by actors who navigate personal relationships in the public eye, especially when those relationships defy societal norms. The impact of this period in his life would resonate throughout his career, influencing the roles he was offered and the public's perception of him as an actor. In a twist of fate, Robert Wagner's path crossed with Natalie Wood, leading to a partnership that captured the public's imagination. Despite Wood being 8 years his junior, she boasted a wealth of acting experience that set her apart in Hollywood. Wagner, on the other hand, embodied the charming boy-next-door persona that endeared him to audiences. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, and it translated seamlessly off-screen, creating a bond that was both captivating and genuine. As their relationship blossomed, Wagner found himself deeply in love with Wood. He envisioned a future together, and soon began planning a romantic proposal. With great thought and care, he decided to present her with an engagement ring floating in a glass of champagne, a gesture that spoke to the romance of their relationship. This moment was not just a proposal, it was a reflection of their shared dreams and the love they had cultivated in the spotlight. Their story became one of the most talked about romances in Hollywood, drawing attention from fans and media alike. The enchanting allure of their relationship left a lasting impression, making them one of the iconic couples of their time. As their love story unfolded, Wagner and Wood became synonymous with Hollywood romance, captivating audiences with their seemingly idyllic relationship. Their bond was often seen as the perfect fairy tale, filled with glamour and passion. However, lurking beneath the surface were unresolved issues and simmering tensions that hinted at deeper complexities. Their shared passion for the sea brought them joy, yet it also served as a backdrop for their struggles. Friends and family raised concerns, sensing the storm brewing in their relationship. Despite the warnings, Wagner and Wood remained blissfully unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. They sailed through life, embracing the highs of their romance while ignoring the potential pitfalls. This dynamic created a fascinating narrative that resonated with many, showcasing the duality of love, where beauty and turmoil can coexist. Their story became a poignant reminder that even the most enchanting relationships can be fraught with hidden struggles and unspoken fears. Despite their undeniable chemistry and Hollywood glamour, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood's relationship faced its own set of challenges and quirks. One notable aspect was Wagner's deep passion for sailing, which he envisioned as a perfect backdrop for their honeymoon. He planned an idyllic yacht trip through the beautiful waters of the Florida Keys, dreaming of romantic sunsets and serene moments at sea. However, this romantic getaway was shadowed by a significant hitch. Wood had a profound fear of dark or deep water. This fear cast a pall over the excitement of the trip, creating an underlying tension. While Wagner saw the ocean as a place of adventure and tranquility, Wood's apprehension loomed large, making the journey less about romance and more about confronting her fears. The couple's love story, filled with glamour and passion, was also marked by these quirky challenges, highlighting how even the most idyllic plans can be complicated by personal fears and insecurities. Their sailing dreams, meant to symbolize unity and joy, became a reminder of the complexities that can exist within a relationship, showing that love often requires navigating not just the waters of the sea, but also the depths of one another's of the sea. Fears. During their road trip across the country, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood became a sensation, capturing the hearts and attention of the public and media alike. As one of Hollywood's golden couples, their relationship was the subject of much fascination. Everywhere they went, the couple drew crowds, and radio stations eagerly reported sightings of them driving down the highway. Fans were thrilled at the chance to see the iconic duo in person. Small towns across America buzzed with excitement as people lined the streets, hoping for just a glimpse of Wagner and Wood. Their chemistry and charm made them a beloved couple, and the media's focus only intensified the public's interest. Each stop along their journey turned into a mini-event, with locals gathering to cheer and catch a sight of the glamorous pair. The combination of their star power and the romantic allure of a cross-country adventure created a perfect storm of public attention, further solidifying their status as one of Hollywood's most admired couples. The frenzy surrounding them was a testament to their impact on popular culture and the fascination that celebrities often inspire. While the public adored Robert Wagner and his co-star in the film All the Fine Young Cannibals, critics remained skeptical. Their celebrity romance was a topic of much discussion, yet many were hesitant to fully embrace it. The film itself reflected the highs and lows of their personal lives, showcasing their on-screen chemistry. Despite their star power, the movie did not receive the acclaim one might expect. Critics dissected every aspect of their performance, focusing on how their real-life relationship influenced their acting. The lukewarm reviews highlighted the challenges they faced, both professionally and personally. The expectations were high, but the outcome was mixed, leaving audiences to wonder if the allure of their romance could translate into cinematic success. The dynamic between Wagner and his co-star was intriguing, yet it seemed to lack the spark that critics were hoping for. This disconnect between public adoration and critical reception created a unique tension surrounding the film, mirroring the complexities of their relationship. Despite the glamour associated with Hollywood, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood's marriage faced significant challenges. Their public appearances, filled with smiles and elegance, masked the reality of their relationship. As they enjoyed time aboard luxurious yachts and attended high-profile events, the underlying tensions began to emerge. The failure of the film All the Fine Young Cannibals highlighted the difficulties they encountered. While Wagner struggled with his career, Wood's star was on the rise, quickly outpacing her husband's achievements. This shift created a strain on Wagner's ego, making it hard for him to reconcile his feelings of inadequacy. As Wood's career soared, Wagner found himself grappling with feelings of jealousy and insecurity. The disparity in their professional successes became a source of friction, leading to a growing rift between them. Their once idyllic life began to show signs of wear, revealing that even the most glamorous relationships can be fraught with personal struggles. The pressures of the entertainment industry only intensified these issues, leaving both actors to navigate the complexities of their union amidst the spotlight. However, deeper issues were at play that threatened to tear the couple apart. Natalie Wood's involvement in the film Splendor in the Grass brought her into contact with Warren Beatty, a notorious ladies' man. As filming progressed, rumors swirled about a romantic entanglement between Wood and Beatty, adding further strain to their marriage. This situation was particularly challenging for Robert Wagner, who was deeply in love with Wood, but found himself grappling with jealousy and insecurity. The public speculation about Wood's relationship with Beatty created an emotional distance between the couple. Wagner's attempts to support Wood during her career were overshadowed by the gossip and innuendo surrounding her co-star. The tension grew, as both actors navigated their professional lives while dealing with the personal fallout from the rumors. Wagner's feelings of betrayal and doubt intensified as he watched the media frenzy unfold, leading to a difficult period in their marriage that would test their bond in ways they had not anticipated. The combination of professional pressures and personal insecurities created a storm that neither of them could easily escape, leaving their relationship hanging in the balance. While speculation about Natalie Wood's alleged infidelity with Warren Beatty gained traction, another scandalous rumor emerged that implicated Robert Wagner himself. According to Wood's sister, Lana Wood, there was a shocking incident that could have had serious consequences for Wagner's career in the conservative Hollywood of that era. One day, Lana returned home unexpectedly and found Wagner in a compromising position with another man. This revelation was explosive, and it threatened to unravel Wagner's public image and professional standing. The Hollywood community, known for its strict moral codes and often unforgiving nature, would have likely viewed such a scandal as unacceptable. The incident, if widely known, could have spelled the end of Wagner's career, casting a long shadow over his reputation and future opportunities in the film industry. The pressures of maintaining a clean public persona in such a scrutinizing environment meant that any hint of scandal could have dire repercussions. The implications of this incident were profound, as it revealed the vulnerabilities of even the most established stars in Hollywood. The fear of being ostracized or losing work loomed large, especially during a time when societal norms were rigid and unforgiving. Such rumors, if they gained traction, could easily overshadow an actor's achievements and lead to a swift decline in their career. The tension surrounding these revelations highlighted the precarious nature of fame and the constant threat of scandal lurking in the shadows of celebrity life. The stakes were high, and the potential fallout from such a discovery could have altered the course of Wagner's career dramatically, leaving him to navigate a treacherous landscape of public opinion and industry expectations. In the face of the rumors and challenges surrounding his split from Natalie Wood, Robert Wagner chose to remain silent about the true nature of their relationship. After his separation from Wood, Wagner wasted no time in moving on to his next chapter. In 1963, He exchanged vows with Marion Marshall Dunham, who was known for her roles in the lively comedies of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Their union was marked by the joy of welcoming a daughter, Katie Wagner, just a year later. This new family dynamic brought a fresh start for Wagner, who continued to navigate the complexities of his personal and professional life. Despite the shadows of his past, he embraced this new beginning with optimism. The marriage with Marion was significant, as it represented a turning point for Wagner, allowing him to focus on his career and family. As he moved forward, he balanced his roles as a husband and father while continuing to be a prominent figure in Hollywood. While Wagner seemed content in his marriage to Dunham, his career was facing a downturn. Despite his charm and good looks, Wagner found himself struggling to secure roles in the evolving landscape of Hollywood. The industry was changing, and many of the scripts being produced leaned towards anti-hero characters, leaving little room for traditional leading men like him. He often lamented the dearth of parts available for actors who embodied the classic hero archetype. This shift in storytelling made it increasingly difficult for him to find work that matched his talents and image. As he navigated this challenging period, Wagner sought new opportunities, hoping to reinvent himself in a world that seemed to be moving away from the type of roles he had once thrived in. The frustration of watching his peers embrace new styles of characters, while he struggled to adapt, weighed heavily on him. He knew he had to find a way to remain relevant in an industry that was rapidly evolving. Turning his sights to television, Wagner found success, portraying a suave ex-convict in the hit series It Takes a Thief. The show, which aired in the late 1960s, showcased Wagner's charm and charisma, captivating audiences and revitalizing his career after a period of uncertainty in Hollywood. His role as Alexander Mundy, a master thief who worked for the government, allowed him to display his talent in a new light and brought him back into the spotlight. The series was well received, gaining a loyal following and solidifying Wagner's status as a leading man on television. However, while his professional life flourished, his personal life faced its own challenges. His marriage to actress Natalie Wood, which had been a significant part of his life, ended in divorce in 1971. This marked a difficult chapter for Wagner, as the conclusion of their union came after years of ups and downs. Shortly thereafter, he found himself briefly entangled with Tina Sinatra, the daughter of the legendary Frank Sinatra. This relationship added to the intrigue surrounding Wagner's life, as he navigated the complexities of fame, love, and personal growth during a transformative time in the entertainment industry. Following the revelation of Natalie Wood's divorce, Robert Wagner found himself in a whirlwind of emotions. He had recently been enjoying his time with Tina, even going so far as to propose to her. Their moments together included delightful visits to Frank Sinatra's Palm Springs estate, where the atmosphere was filled with glamour and excitement. However, the news regarding Wood changed everything for Wagner. Sensing an opportunity to reconnect with his past love, he made a swift decision to end his relationship with Tina. This marked a significant turning point in his romantic life. With a mix of hope and uncertainty, Wagner extended an invitation to Natalie Wood, asking her to visit him at his Palm Springs residence. The intentions behind this invitation were not entirely clear, leaving both of them at a crossroads. The complexities of their history loomed large, and the possibility of rekindling their relationship hung in the air, filled with unspoken feelings and memories. During Wood's visit to Palm Springs, the atmosphere was charged with unexpected emotions. Friends and onlookers were taken aback, as it became clear that something special was happening between Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. The desert oasis, known for its serene beauty, served as the backdrop for the rekindling of their romance. The couple, once deeply in love, seemed to have reignited the spark that had drawn them together years before. Their reunion took a bold turn when they chose to reveal their relationship publicly at the 1972 Oscar ceremony. This moment captured the attention of the audience and the media, stirring feelings of nostalgia and excitement among fans who remembered their earlier days together. The sight of the couple, hand in hand, evoked sentiments that resonated with many, as it appeared that their bond had not only endured, but flourished in the warmth of Palm Springs. Their appearance at such a prestigious event made a statement that was hard to ignore, suggesting that their feelings for each other were still very much alive, and perhaps even deeper than before. The public was left to wonder about the nature of their relationship, pondering whether it was merely a friendship or something more intimate. The reunion brought back memories of their past and painted a picture of love that many hoped would continue to blossom. The enchanting setting and the couple's undeniable chemistry left a lasting impression, making that night in Palm Springs a memorable chapter in their lives. Wood's sister remarked that their reconciliation was met with widespread sentimentalism. However, fate would soon intervene as the couple embarked on a fateful voyage in June 1972. Wagner and Wood embarked on a voyage aboard the Queen Elizabeth II, opting for a classic Atlantic crossing. Wagner was accompanied by the legendary Bette Davis, who was en route to promote a new TV movie. The journey was meant to symbolize a fresh start for the couple, rekindling their love while sailing the open seas. The atmosphere on board was filled with excitement and hope as they sought to leave behind the troubles of their past. Yet despite the apparent happiness of the moment, ominous clouds loomed on the horizon. The couple's journey was marked by a sense of foreboding that hinted at the challenges they would soon face. The allure of the ocean and the promise of new beginnings could not shield them from the unpredictability of life. As they sailed further into the Atlantic, the waves carried not just their dreams, but also the weight of their history, intertwining their past with an uncertain future. The voyage, while beautiful, was a reminder that even amidst joy, shadows could creep in, altering the course of their lives in ways they could never foresee. As Queen Elizabeth II sailed across the Atlantic, what was meant to be a romantic voyage turned into a nightmare for Natalie Wood. The once calm waters transformed into a chaotic scene as waves reached staggering heights of up to 70 feet, relentlessly battering the ship for 4 long days. Instead of serving as a picturesque backdrop for romance, the storm only amplified Wood's deep-seated fear of the water. This fear was not unfounded, as she had a history of anxiety surrounding the ocean. Some might say it was nature's way of warning against their reunion, a sign that perhaps they were not meant to be together. Despite the raging storm and Wood's growing panic, Wagner and Wood persisted in seeking solace in each other, finding comfort in their shared experience amidst the chaos. They tried to reassure one another, holding on tightly as the ship rocked violently. The storm outside mirrored the turbulence of their relationship, filled with love and fear, passion and uncertainty. They navigated through the tempest, both literally and emotionally, hoping to emerge stronger on the other side. In the midst of the tempest, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood sought refuge in their cabin. The storm raged outside, but inside, they found a sanctuary filled with the warmth of each other's company. They indulged in champagne and caviar, creating a bubble of comfort and intimacy that shielded them from the chaos outside. Whether they were oblivious to the storm or embraced it as a reminder of their mortality, their time together became a moment of reflection. The near-death experience they faced during the storm brought them closer, igniting a spark of realization about their love and commitment. Once they finally reached the safety of land in the UK, the couple made a surprising decision. They chose to reaffirm their commitment to each other in a meaningful way. This decision led them to exchange vows once again, solidifying their bond in a moment that felt both urgent and profound. Their experience in the storm had transformed their relationship, reminding them of the importance of love and connection amidst life's uncertainties. The vows they exchanged were not just words. They were a testament to their renewed dedication to one another, a promise to cherish and support each other through whatever challenges life might bring. The couple's decision to remarry seemed to stem from a mix of adrenaline and a deep emotional connection, perhaps heightened by their experiences at sea. Despite the challenges they faced during their time on the water, it appeared they had not fully understood the risks involved. Their choice of venue for the second wedding was telling. It was a beautiful location that overlooked the vast ocean, symbolizing both their love and the dangers they had previously encountered. This setting allowed them to celebrate their bond, yet it also hinted at a certain disregard for the perils of the sea that had once threatened their relationship. The waves crashing against the shore served as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of life and love. As they exchanged vows, the ocean stretched endlessly behind them, representing both the freedom and the treachery that had marked their journey together. Their love story continued to unfold against the backdrop of the sea, a fitting tribute to the highs and lows they had navigated. It was as if they were tempting fate, oblivious to the ominous signs that had preceded their reunion. Despite their harrowing experience at sea, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood seemed undeterred by the dangers of maritime ventures. For their second wedding, they chose a nautical-themed celebration, exchanging vows aboard the yacht Ramblin' Rose in a picturesque ceremony off the coast of Malibu. Surrounded by friends and the gentle sound of waves, the couple embraced their love once more, reaffirming their commitment to each other. Following the festivities, the newlyweds embarked on a romantic voyage to Catalina Island, where they basked in the bliss of their renewed union. The sun shone brightly as they sailed, the ocean breeze carrying whispers of joy and hope. Each moment on the water felt like a dream, a chance to create new memories while leaving behind the shadows of their past. The couple's love story, marked by trials and triumphs, continued to unfold against the backdrop of the vast, beautiful sea, reminding them that sometimes love can conquer all fears. Little did they know that Catalina Island would later become entwined with one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. In a daring move that sailors would deem unlucky, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood decided to change the name of their newly acquired yacht, Challenger, to Splendor. This decision was made in honor of Wood's favorite poem by Wordsworth. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly innocent choice lay a darker undertone. For Wagner, every glance at the renamed vessel served as a poignant reminder of Wood's alleged infidelity with Warren Beatty on the set of Splendor in the Grass. While the affair was consigned to the past, the shadow of Wood's jealousy loomed ominously over their present. The yacht, once a symbol of their shared dreams and adventures, became a vessel of complex emotions. The waters around Catalina Island, known for their beauty, also harbored secrets and tensions that reflected the couple's turbulent relationship. This backdrop of romance and betrayal added layers to their story, intertwining love and heartache in the glimmering sea. As they sailed, the waves whispered tales of passion and sorrow, echoing the complexities of their lives. The island, a picturesque escape, stood witness to the struggles of two souls navigating the stormy seas of fame, love, and the haunting memories that lingered like the mist over the water. As Robert Wagner's career soared with the success of his TV show Heart to Heart, his marriage to Natalie Wood faced new challenges. Wood, once the reigning star of Hollywood, found herself grappling with a declining career. While Wagner enjoyed the spotlight, his on-screen chemistry with co-star Stephanie Powers became a hot topic among viewers. Audiences were captivated by the palpable connection between Wagner and Powers, which often blurred the lines between fiction and reality. Their professional camaraderie, filled with charm and charisma, drew admiration and sparked speculation about their relationship. This attention, however, stirred emotions closer to home for Wagner and Wood. The pressures of fame and the evolving dynamics of their marriage created a complex environment where the success of one partner highlighted the struggles of the other. As Wagner thrived in his role, Wood's challenges became more pronounced, leading to a shift in their relationship that neither could have anticipated. The contrasting trajectories of their careers added strain, complicating their personal lives amidst the glamour of Hollywood. In a moment of spontaneity, Wood decided to surprise Wagner on the set of Heart to Heart, bringing along their daughters. Little did she expect to stumble upon a scene being filmed, one that would leave a lasting impression on her and the children. The scene was a love scene, and Wagner's portrayal of passion was so powerful that it elicited tears from his daughters. The authenticity of his acting might have struck a chord with them, or perhaps there was an underlying truth that resonated deeply. The emotional response from the children hinted at a more complex layer in their parents' relationship, one that was not just about the roles they played on screen, but also about the real feelings and connections they shared off camera. This unexpected encounter showcased the intertwining of their professional and personal lives, revealing how art can reflect and affect reality in profound ways. The moment became a poignant memory for the family, illustrating the delicate balance between their public personas and private emotions, leaving a mark on all who witnessed it. Wood's reaction to the scene remained understated, but behind her calm exterior, a quiet storm brooded as she explained the nature of Wagner's profession to their daughters. She may have been grappling with her own feelings of disillusionment and betrayal. This moment was pivotal, setting the stage for Wood's silent contemplation and eventual retaliation. As she navigated the complexities of her emotions, her career faced challenges that mirrored her personal life. In this turbulent period, she secured a role in the sci-fi film Brainstorm, which featured acclaimed actors including Christopher Walken. This opportunity not only allowed her to showcase her talent, but also served as a distraction from the turmoil she faced at home. The film's themes of technology and human experience resonated with her, providing a canvas for her to explore deeper emotions while wrestling with the realities of her relationship with Wagner. The juxtaposition of her professional achievements against her personal struggles created a rich narrative, reflecting the complexities of her life. Despite the lukewarm reception from critics, Wood found herself drawn to Walken, as suggested by her sister Lana. This admiration may have fueled Wood's decision to extend an invitation to Walken for Thanksgiving dinner in 1981. What was meant to be a relaxing holiday turned into a potential powder keg of emotions. Thanksgiving aboard the Splendor, their yacht, took an unexpected turn with Walken's presence. The atmosphere was tense, filled with unspoken feelings and complicated relationships. Wood and Walken had a unique connection that lingered beneath the surface, creating a mix of excitement and anxiety among the guests. The gathering, which included Robert Wagner, was charged with a sense of uncertainty. Conversations flowed, but underlying tensions simmered, making the holiday anything but ordinary. The idyllic setting of the yacht contrasted sharply with the emotional turmoil that brewed among the guests. As the evening progressed, the dynamic shifted, revealing the complexities of their relationships and the impact of Walken's presence on the holiday festivities. Feeling the pressure of Christopher Walken's esteemed reputation, Robert Wagner may have found himself in an uncomfortable position as the perceived third wheel during a fateful gathering. The yacht they were on, a constant reminder of Natalie Wood's past affair with Warren Beatty, added an extra layer of tension to the atmosphere. This gathering, which took place during a dinner at a restaurant in Avalon, California, was marked by heavy drinking, as observed by the staff. The excessive alcohol consumption raised eyebrows, but it was not just the drinks that caught attention. Reports from the restaurant staff hinted at underlying tensions among the trio. Conversations may have been strained, with Wagner likely feeling overshadowed by the presence of Walken, who was enjoying a successful career at the time. The dynamic between them could have shifted, with past relationships and rivalries bubbling beneath the surface. This gathering, with its complex interplay of emotions and history, created an environment thick with unspoken words and unresolved feelings. The night unfolded with a palpable sense of discomfort, as each individual navigated their own feelings about the past and the present, leaving an indelible mark on that evening. As the evening unfolded, an unsettling feeling settled deep within Wagner. He sat at the restaurant, surrounded by laughter and conversation, yet his mind was elsewhere, fixated on the dynamic between Wood and Walken. Their easy rapport, which had blossomed during the filming of Brainstorm, seemed to transcend the boundaries of mere friendship. Wagner couldn't ignore the way they leaned into each other's jokes, or the spark in their eyes as they shared stories. It felt intimate, almost like a secret language that only they understood. This growing bond stirred a sense of jealousy within him, a feeling he had not anticipated but could not shake off. The more he observed them, the more he felt a looming threat to his marriage. The light-hearted atmosphere around the table contrasted sharply with the turmoil brewing in his heart. Each laugh shared between Wood and Walken felt like a reminder of what he might lose. As the night progressed, the subtle unease transformed into a gnawing anxiety, making it clear that this evening would not only alter their relationships, but also set the stage for events that would change their lives forever. As they returned to Splendor on the dinghy, the atmosphere was thick with tension. Robert Wagner felt the weight of intoxication and jealousy gnawing at him. Despite attempts to brush off his concerns, the unease lingered. On board, Wagner, along with Christopher Walken and Captain Davern, continued to indulge in alcohol, but the mood was far from celebratory. The conflicting accounts from Wagner, Walken, and Davern only added to the confusion surrounding the events of that fateful night. Some details aligned, creating a fragile thread of agreement, while others veered sharply in opposite directions, making it difficult to piece together what truly happened. Yet, amid the chaos of their memories and the haze of drink, one grim truth remained constant: Natalie Wood's life had come to a tragic end. The trio's recollections would forever be overshadowed by that reality, leaving lingering questions and unresolved feelings about the night that changed everything. The following morning, the grim reality set in as Wood's lifeless body was discovered floating near the boat's dinghy, approximately a mile from the Splendor. An autopsy revealed signs of heavy alcohol consumption and superficial bruises on her body, suggesting a struggle. At first glance, it appeared to be a straightforward accidental drowning that occurred when Wood was attempting to get on the dinghy from the main boat. However, it turns out there was nothing straightforward about this case, nothing at all. The circumstances surrounding her death raised many questions. Friends and family were left in shock, struggling to understand how a fun night could turn so tragic. Investigators began to delve deeper into the events of that night, piecing together witness accounts and examining the timeline. The presence of alcohol and the bruises hinted at a more complex situation, leading to speculation about what truly happened aboard the Splendor. The mystery deepened as more details emerged, revealing a tangled web of relationships and emotions. The investigation would uncover layers of intrigue, leaving many to wonder if they would ever know the full truth behind the tragic discovery. As authorities delved deeper into the circumstances surrounding Natalie Wood's tragic death, they turned their attention to Robert Wagner for answers. In his initial interviews conducted shortly after the drowning, Wagner's narrative remained consistent. He claimed that Wood had retired to bed early, and upon discovering her absence from their room, he noticed the dinghy was also gone. However, during a subsequent interview conducted a few days later, Wagner introduced a new detail that raised eyebrows. He mentioned that he had been searching for her, and that he had called for her several times, which contradicted his earlier statements. This inconsistency caught the attention of investigators, who began to scrutinize his actions and words more closely. The timeline of events became critical, and the questions surrounding the couple's relationship added another layer of complexity. Friends and family began to express doubts about Wagner's account, suggesting that there might be more to the story than he was revealing. The media frenzy surrounding the case only intensified, leading to further speculation and investigation into the events of that fateful night. As the investigation unfolded, the focus on Wagner grew, with many wondering what really happened on the boat, and whether he held the key to understanding Wood's tragic end. The public's fascination with the case, coupled with the mystery surrounding Wagner's shifting narrative, kept the story alive in the headlines for years to come. The tragic loss of Natalie Wood, and the questions lingering about her relationship with Wagner, became a poignant chapter in Hollywood history, leaving many seeking closure that still seems elusive. In this second interview, Wagner recalled an additional event that occurred between Wood retiring to her room and his subsequent search for her. Christopher Walken had stepped out onto the deck for some fresh air. This revelation sparked speculation about Wagner's motives. Some wondered if he was attempting to divert suspicion away from himself and onto Walken. While the official investigation initially leaned towards concluding that Wood's death was accidental, peculiar facts emerged that cast doubt on this theory. The timeline of events raised questions, especially regarding the interactions between Wagner, Walken, and Wood that night. The presence of Walken on the deck during this critical time led to further scrutiny of the circumstances surrounding Wood's tragic demise. As details unfolded, the narrative surrounding the incident grew more complex, leaving many to ponder the true nature of the relationships and events that transpired on that fateful night. The investigation continued to reveal inconsistencies, prompting a deeper exploration into the dynamics at play among the three individuals involved. Wood's documented fear of dark water and drowning raises significant questions about her decision to venture onto a dinghy in the dead of night. This detail alone casts a shadow over the events that transpired, suggesting a conflict between her known fears and her actions. It seems unlikely that someone with such a profound fear would willingly put themselves in a situation that could lead to their worst nightmare. As investigators delved deeper into the circumstances surrounding that fateful night, additional anomalies began to surface, hinting at a more complex and troubling reality. Eyewitness accounts and conflicting testimonies added layers of confusion and concern. Friends and family expressed disbelief that Wood would take such risks, especially given her history. The investigation revealed inconsistencies in timelines and behaviors that suggested there might have been more at play than just a tragic accident. The atmosphere surrounding the incident became charged with speculation and suspicion, leaving many to wonder what truly happened on that dark water. As the details unraveled, they painted a picture of a night filled with uncertainty and fear, raising more questions than answers. Amidst the swirl of speculation and suspicion surrounding Natalie Wood's untimely death, the role of the coroner, Dr. Thomas Noguchi, added another layer of intrigue to the investigation. Dr. Noguchi, known for his meticulous approach to autopsies, faced a challenging task as he examined the circumstances of Wood's drowning. Despite certain indicators that might have pointed towards foul play, including the presence of bruises on her body and the mysterious circumstances of her disappearance, Noguchi seemingly took great pains to mitigate any implications of wrongdoing. On the part of Robert Wagner, who was Wood's husband at the time, his findings emphasized accidental drowning, and he suggested that alcohol might have played a role in her tragic death. This conclusion was met with skepticism by some, who felt it overlooked potential evidence of struggle or foul play. The media and the public were captivated by the case, leading to ongoing debates about the true nature of Wood's death and the involvement of those present that night. Noguchi's careful handling of the autopsy results and his public statements aimed to maintain a focus on the facts, rather than the rumors swirling around Wagner and others involved. This approach not only shaped the narrative surrounding the case, but also highlighted the complexities faced by medical examiners in high-profile investigations. The balance between scientific findings and public perception often creates a challenging landscape for professionals like Noguchi, who must navigate the demands of both justice and media scrutiny. By downplaying factors such as Natalie Wood's alcohol consumption and the significance of the bruises found on her body, Coroner Thomas Noguchi appeared to steer the narrative away from implicating Robert Wagner in any wrongdoing. This approach raised questions about why Noguchi seemed reluctant to entertain the possibility of foul play in Wood's tragic drowning in 1981. Delving into Noguchi's past reveals a complex relationship with high-profile cases. Known for his work on several celebrity autopsies, he often faced immense public and media scrutiny. His decisions in these cases might have been influenced by a desire to maintain a certain image or avoid backlash from powerful figures. In the case of Wood, the coroner's findings were seen as an attempt to provide a narrative that aligned with Wagner's version of events, which could have been a way to protect both the reputation of the deceased and the living. This tendency to mitigate factors that could lead to a different interpretation of events raises questions about the integrity of the investigation and the potential for bias in high-profile cases. The implications of Noguchi's choices continue to be a subject of discussion, reflecting the complexities of celebrity culture and the expectations placed on those in the public eye. The dynamics between the coroner's findings and the surrounding circumstances highlight the challenges in uncovering the truth in cases where fame and personal relationships intertwine. The legacy of this case lingers, prompting ongoing interest and debate about the events that transpired that fateful night. In the realm of celebrity deaths, the name Noguchi has been associated with significant controversy. He faced intense criticism and scrutiny during a previous case involving the accidental death of actor William Holden. In that instance, Noguchi was accused of oversharing sensitive details about Holden's condition, particularly concerning his level of intoxication at the time of death. This revelation sparked outrage, as many felt it was an invasion of privacy and an inappropriate disclosure that could tarnish Holden's legacy. Given the public's fascination with celebrity lives and deaths, Noguchi was acutely aware of the ramifications of his actions. When the deaths of Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood came under investigation, he was especially mindful of avoiding a repeat of such controversy. The heightened interest surrounding these cases meant that any misstep could lead to public backlash or further media scrutiny. Noguchi's experience with Holden's case served as a cautionary tale, guiding his approach in subsequent investigations to ensure he maintained a respectful distance from the personal lives of the deceased, focusing instead on the facts at hand. This desire to tread carefully reflected the complex dynamics of celebrity culture, where every detail can become fodder for speculation and sensationalism. The weight of public expectation loomed large, influencing how Noguchi navigated the sensitive nature of his work. Adding to the intrigue was the curious coincidence linking Natalie Wood's tragic demise to another high-profile accident involving William Holden. This connection became even more pronounced due to Holden's romantic involvement with Stephanie Powers, who was a co-star of Robert Wagner in the hit television series Heart to Heart. The timing of these two accidents, occurring within just weeks of each other, raised eyebrows and fueled speculation among fans and the media alike. People began to wonder if there was something more sinister at play, given the shared connections between the individuals involved. The intertwining of these lives, marked by both personal and professional relationships, created a complex narrative that captivated public interest. As details emerged, the overlapping timelines and the emotional ties among these stars led to rampant theories about potential foul play. The tragic events surrounding Wood and Holden not only shocked their fans, but also left an enduring mystery that continues to evoke curiosity and speculation. Amidst these unsettling circumstances, Robert Wagner found himself navigating a delicate balance of managing the fallout and public perception surrounding the tragic drowning of his wife, Natalie Wood. The incident occurred in November 1981, when Wood drowned near Santa Catalina Island while on a boat with Wagner, actor Christopher Walken, and the boat's captain, Dennis Davern. As investigations unfolded, questions lingered regarding the events leading up to her death. Wagner's behavior towards Davern raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about his motives. Many wondered if Wagner was trying to control the narrative surrounding the incident. The media scrutinized every detail, and the public's interest only intensified as conflicting accounts emerged. Davern later suggested that Wagner had been less than forthcoming about the events of that night, leading to further speculation about the truth behind the tragedy. As the years passed, the mystery surrounding Wood's death continued to haunt Wagner, complicating his attempts to move forward in both his personal and professional life. The shadow of that night remained a topic of conversation, leaving a lasting impact on Wagner's legacy and public image. Rather than allowing Davern to freely speak about the events of that fateful night, Wagner seemed determined to keep him under close scrutiny. Davern, who had initially stayed at Wagner's residence, found himself subject to stringent security measures that raised many eyebrows. Alarms were installed throughout the property, and bodyguards were stationed at the door, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and secrecy. The question lingered in the air: why was Wagner so apprehensive about Davern sharing his account of what transpired? This behavior suggested that Wagner was not just a concerned friend, but someone who felt threatened by the potential revelations that Davern might disclose. The protective measures indicated a deeper fear, possibly linked to the implications of the events that night. Many speculated that Wagner's actions were driven by a desire to control the narrative surrounding the incident, fearing that any slip from Davern could unravel a carefully constructed facade. The dynamics of their relationship shifted dramatically under these circumstances, leading to an atmosphere of mistrust and unease. As the days went by, the tension only grew, leaving those aware of the situation to wonder what secrets lay hidden beneath the surface, and what truths might emerge if Davern were ever allowed to speak freely. Adding to the intrigue were Wagner's efforts to seemingly ingratiate himself with Davern, despite Davern's lack of interest in acting. Wagner facilitated opportunities for him to appear in commercials, and even secured a small role for him in Heart to Heart. These gestures could be interpreted as acts of friendship or gratitude. However, Wagner's subsequent actions cast doubt on his true intentions. Some observers noted that, while Wagner appeared to be helping Davern, there was a sense that these gestures may have been more about maintaining control or creating a narrative that suited Wagner's interests. The complexity of their relationship raised questions about loyalty and manipulation in the often murky waters of Hollywood friendships. This dynamic between Wagner and Davern highlighted the challenges of trust and the potential for ulterior motives in personal connections within the entertainment industry. The layers of their interactions left many wondering what truly lay beneath the surface. Further complicating matters was Wagner's apparent attempt to buy Davern's silence, in addition to providing career opportunities. Wagner reportedly offered Davern significant sums of money without apparent justification. This behavior raised eyebrows among those close to Davern. His friends warned him that accepting such payments could be interpreted as hush money. They suggested that Wagner might have something to hide, and was intent on silencing Davern. The implications of these actions hinted at deeper issues surrounding Wagner's public image and past events. As rumors swirled, the relationship between Wagner and Davern became increasingly scrutinized. The notion that money was being used to silence someone only added fuel to the fire. It painted a picture of a man who might go to great lengths to protect his reputation. This situation left many wondering about the true nature of their interactions and the motivations behind Wagner's actions. The tension surrounding these events showcased the complexities of fame and the lengths individuals might go to in order to maintain their status in the public eye. Davern's silence raises many questions about the relationship between him and Robert Wagner. Over the years, Davern has hinted at having crucial information regarding the tragic death of Natalie Wood, Wagner's wife. This enigmatic behavior has led many to wonder why he has chosen not to speak openly about what he knows. It seems there is a compelling reason behind his silence, possibly linked to the fear of repercussions or a desire to protect someone. The speculation surrounding Wagner's involvement in Wood's death only intensifies when considering Davern's reluctance to reveal details. Some believe that Wagner may have influenced Davern's decision to remain quiet, suggesting that there were unspoken agreements or pressures at play. The alternating hints from Davern about possessing important information create a sense of intrigue and tension as they leave the public wanting more. This dance of silence and suggestion continues to fuel the ongoing mystery of what truly happened on that fateful night, highlighting the complexities of loyalty, fear, and the shadows that linger in the wake of tragedy. One cannot help but wonder if Davern's reticence to share stems from ongoing pressure or intimidation tactics employed by Wagner to ensure his silence. As the spotlight shifted back to Wagner, he presented his version of the events surrounding the tragic night in his 1986 biography, Heart to Heart with Robert Wagner. In this book, Wagner offered his perspective on the incident that had left many questions unanswered. He described the events leading up to that fateful night, painting a picture of a casual evening aboard a yacht with friends. Wagner emphasized the camaraderie and the joy of the moment, attempting to downplay the darker aspects of the tragedy. His narrative sought to frame the situation in a way that portrayed him as a victim of circumstance, rather than someone involved in a more complex and troubling scenario. The details he chose to highlight and the omissions raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about the truth behind the events. This has led to ongoing discussions about the reliability of Wagner's account and whether it truly reflects what happened that night. Many have questioned whether his version was an attempt to control the narrative surrounding the tragedy, leaving those who were present, like Davern, in a difficult position regarding their own testimonies. As time has passed, the focus on Wagner's portrayal continues to spark debate and intrigue, keeping the conversation alive. Wagner suggested that Wood fell overboard while attempting to secure a loose rope on the dinghy, driven by the noise it made knocking against the boat, which disturbed her sleep. This explanation, however, conveniently sidestepped critical questions surrounding the reported argument between the trio, Wood's visible bruises, and Walken's alleged flirtations. The incident raised many eyebrows as it seemed to gloss over the more troubling aspects of that night. Witnesses and those close to the situation noted that Wood had been upset prior to the accident, and the tension among the three was palpable. The bruises on Wood's body sparked further speculation about what truly happened during that fateful evening. Many wondered if the dynamics between Wagner, Wood, and Walken played a more significant role in the events leading up to her tragic drowning. The questions lingered, leaving a cloud of uncertainty over the official narrative. The circumstances surrounding the incident remain a topic of discussion, with many seeking clarity and truth about what really transpired. Tensions escalated that fateful night aboard the Splendor, as Captain Davern finally shared his long-held account of the events. According to Davern, the atmosphere was charged with emotion, primarily fueled by Robert Wagner's jealousy and alcohol consumption. Witnessing the dynamics between Wagner, his wife Natalie Wood, and actor Christopher Walken, Davern described a scene that was anything but calm. Wagner, feeling threatened, confronted Walken with accusations, claiming that Walken was trying to steal Wood away from him. The confrontation was intense, with Wagner's rage palpable, as he expressed his insecurities and frustrations. Davern's testimony added a layer of complexity to the narrative surrounding that tragic evening, revealing how personal conflicts can spiral into chaos. The account raised questions about the relationships on board and the events that led to Wood's untimely death. With Davern's revelations, a clearer picture emerged of the emotional turmoil that engulfed the trio that night, leaving many to ponder the consequences of jealousy and anger. As the tension aboard the Splendor grew, the confrontation between Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood escalated. Walken hastily retreated to his room, while Wood stormed off in frustration. However, the night was far from over. According to Davern's recollection, after Wood and Walken had retired to their respective quarters, he and Robert Wagner continued drinking. The atmosphere shifted dramatically when Wagner expressed his intention to check on Wood. This decision carried a weight that hinted at unresolved emotions and brewing conflict. The yacht, once a serene escape, became a backdrop for rising tensions and unspoken words. Davern's account reveals the complexity of relationships aboard the Splendor, where personal dynamics intertwined with the pressures of fame and the shadows of past grievances. Each moment on that yacht seemed to build upon the last, creating an environment thick with unease and uncertainty. The night was charged, and the interactions among the three would leave lasting implications that echoed beyond the confines of the Splendor. Davern recounted hearing a tumultuous argument erupt between Wagner and Wood, unlike any he had witnessed before. The air was thick with screams, and the sounds of objects being thrown about amidst the chaos. It created a tense atmosphere that felt almost suffocating. Davern detected the unmistakable sound of someone tampering with the dinghy lines, as if attempting to loosen them. This unsettling noise added to the growing sense of alarm. When Wagner eventually returned, his disheveled appearance and sweaty demeanor suggested he had been embroiled in a physical altercation. The signs of distress on his face contrasted sharply with the calm that usually surrounded their gatherings. The intensity of the situation left an indelible mark on Davern, who could hardly believe what he had just witnessed. The combination of the heated argument, the sounds of struggle, and Wagner's disarray painted a vivid picture of a moment filled with tension and confusion that would linger in his memory for years to come. Despite the ominous signs, Davern in his inebriated state, failed to grasp the gravity of the situation unfolding before him. Instead, he continued drinking with Wagner, seemingly oblivious to the tension in the air. As the night wore on, Wagner felt a growing concern for Wood, who had been missing for some time. After a while, he decided to check on her once more. Upon discovering Wood's absence, Wagner's initial concern quickly escalated into alarm. He realized that something was seriously wrong. Davern, still caught up in his drinking, was pulled into Wagner's urgency. Together, they began a frantic search for Wood, scouring every inch of the vessel. They even ventured into Walken's quarters, desperately hoping to locate her. The atmosphere was thick with worry as they moved from room to room, calling out her name, but their efforts were met with silence. The gravity of the situation weighed heavily on Wagner as he and Davern continued their search, driven by a mix of panic and determination. Each passing moment deepened their anxiety, and the realization of what they might find loomed over them like a dark cloud. The night, once filled with laughter and camaraderie, had turned into a desperate quest for answers, revealing the fragility of their situation and the bonds of friendship tested by unforeseen circumstances. As the night deepened, the search for Natalie Wood became increasingly desperate. Robert Wagner and his friend, Christopher Davern, were filled with dread as they realized that Wood was nowhere to be found. Their concern escalated when they noticed that the dinghy was also missing. The chilling realization set in, prompting them to sound the alarm at 1:30 a.m. The gravity of the situation weighed heavily on them, and panic began to creep into their minds. In the midst of their distress, Davern quickly suggested practical solutions to aid in the search for Wood. He proposed using the boat's floodlights to illuminate the surrounding water, hoping that the bright beams might reveal any sign of her. Davern also suggested starting the motor, believing that a more thorough search could be conducted if they navigated the area more actively. The urgency of their efforts reflected their growing fear, as they clung to hope in the face of an overwhelming sense of loss. The night was dark, and the waters were vast, but their determination to find Wood fueled their actions as they worked against time to uncover any trace of her. In a tense moment, the urgency of the situation surrounding Natalie Wood's disappearance called for immediate action. Robert Wagner, however, responded in a manner that many found chillingly callous. When his friend, the boat's captain, Dennis Davern, suggested measures that could have potentially saved Wood's life, Wagner dismissed these ideas with a cold indifference. Instead of actively searching for Wood, he expressed concern about alerting nearby boaters and suggested they should radio for help. This reaction struck Davern as shockingly detached, especially given the life-threatening circumstances they faced. It was a critical decision that Wagner would later come to regret deeply. The choice to prioritize communication over immediate action left a haunting impression on those involved, highlighting a moment where a different response could have altered the tragic outcome. The weight of that moment lingered, casting a shadow over Wagner's actions and the events that unfolded that night. Wagner's response to Wood's disappearance only served to intensify the cloud of suspicion surrounding the circumstances of her drowning. Many found his reactions puzzling and questioned the details surrounding that tragic night. The testimony of Davern brought new insights, revealing inconsistencies in the official narrative. He spoke candidly about the events leading up to Wood's death, which raised further doubts about the initial conclusions drawn by investigators. His revelations painted a picture that many found hard to ignore, leading to a growing skepticism among the public. In 2011, this wave of doubt culminated in a significant movement, as over 700 individuals, including Davern himself, signed a petition demanding a re-examination of the case. This collective call for justice highlighted the lingering questions and dissatisfaction with the handling of the investigation, emphasizing the need for a deeper inquiry into the circumstances that led to the loss of a beloved actress. The shadows of uncertainty continued to loom over the case, leaving many to wonder about the truth behind that fateful night. It was evident that many believed there was more to Wood's tragic demise than met the eye, with Wagner cast under a shadow of suspicion that refused to dissipate. The reclassification of Natalie Wood's passing as due to drowning and other undetermined factors marked a significant turn in the investigation. Suddenly, it wasn't just an accidental drowning anymore. This change in designation raised even more questions about Robert Wagner's role in the tragic incident. The circumstances surrounding Wood's death on November 29, 1981, while on a boat with Wagner and actor Christopher Walken, have been scrutinized for decades. Witnesses reported hearing arguments on the boat that night, and the timeline of events leading to Wood's disappearance became increasingly murky. As investigators delved deeper, they found inconsistencies in Wagner's accounts. The initial investigation concluded that Wood had drowned, but the reclassification suggested a more complex scenario. Many speculated that Wagner's relationship with Wood, marked by both love and turmoil, played a crucial role in the events that unfolded. The public's fascination with the case only intensified as new details emerged, painting a picture of a night filled with tension and unresolved issues. The lingering questions about what truly happened that night continued to haunt those involved, leaving Robert Wagner in a precarious position as the investigation unfolded. The shadow of doubt surrounding Wagner's involvement persisted, fueled by media coverage and public speculation. As the years passed, the case remained a topic of conversation, with many feeling that the truth about Natalie Wood's death was still shrouded in mystery. The complexities of their relationship and the events of that fateful night kept the story alive in the minds of the public. With each new development, the narrative surrounding Wagner and Wood's tragic ending became more intricate, leaving many to wonder if they would ever find closure regarding the events that led to her untimely death. Despite initially being dismissed as a suspect, Wagner found himself thrust into the spotlight as a person of interest, a status bestowed upon him by investigators in 2018, decades after the event occurred. This designation casts a long shadow over his career and public persona. The incident that brought this attention involved the mysterious death of Natalie Wood, a prominent actress and Wagner's wife at the time. For many years, the circumstances surrounding her drowning in 1981 remained unclear, with various theories and speculations swirling around the case. Wagner's connection to Wood, combined with the renewed interest in the case, has led to a complicated narrative that intertwines his legacy with unresolved questions. As investigators re-examined the details of that fateful night, new witness statements and evidence surfaced, prompting law enforcement to reconsider Wagner's role in the events. While he has consistently denied any wrongdoing, the label of person of interest lingers, influencing public perception and overshadowing his many achievements in film and television. This ongoing scrutiny has not only impacted Wagner's reputation, but also serves as a reminder of the enduring mysteries that can define a person's life long after the events have passed. The search for truth continues, and until clarity is reached, the shadow of suspicion will remain a part of Wagner's narrative. In the wake of Wood's passing, Wagner's personal life took another unexpected turn. Less than 3 months after her demise on Valentine's Day in 1982, Wagner embarked on a new romantic relationship with Jill St. John, known for her role as a Bond girl. Their connection dates back to their time as contract players at 20th Century Fox in the 1950s. Initially, this relationship seemed like it could be a rebound for Wagner, as he was still grappling with the loss of Wood. However, what began as a potential rebound evolved into a lasting partnership. Over the years, Wagner and St. John became inseparable, sharing a bond that outlasted all of Wagner's previous relationships. Their deep connection was marked by mutual respect and affection, allowing them to navigate the complexities of life together. They supported each other through various challenges, showcasing a resilience that many admired. Their love story became a testament to the idea that new beginnings can emerge even after profound loss. Amidst the uncertainties surrounding Natalie Wood's passing, Robert Wagner's feelings about life aboard a boat remain unclear. The tragic events that unfolded on the sea that fateful night in November 1981 continue to cast a long shadow over those involved. The swirling speculation and unanswered questions only deepen the intrigue surrounding the incident. A nearby couple anchored close to the Splendor reported hearing a woman's desperate cries for help. They claimed to have heard a man's voice responding, assuring her that assistance was on the way. This haunting account adds layers to the mystery of that Thanksgiving night, raising questions about what truly happened. The emotions tied to those moments linger, intertwining with the memories of the past and the grief that followed. Wagner's connection to the sea and the boat, once a symbol of leisure and escape, is now clouded by the tragic events that transpired. The echoes of that night continue to resonate, leaving a lingering sense of ambiguity regarding how he navigates his feelings about the ocean and the memories it holds. They dismiss the pleas as playful banter, unaware of the potential gravity of the situation. The night was filled with laughter and drinks, but beneath the surface, a troubling question lingered. Was Robert Wagner the drunken voice that echoed in the darkness? And if so, why didn't he come to his wife's aid when she needed him most? The tragic events that unfolded on that fateful night raise unsettling doubts about his actions. As the hours passed, the atmosphere shifted from carefree joy to a haunting silence. Those who witnessed the evening's events later reflected on the chilling possibility that Wagner, in his intoxicated state, may have ignored cries for help. The implications are profound, suggesting a man caught between his own indulgence and the urgent needs of his partner. This unsettling scenario invites speculation about the nature of their relationship and the dynamics at play. In the end, the unanswered pleas echo louder than the laughter that once filled the air, leaving a lingering sense of unease and unanswered questions about loyalty and responsibility.